Okay, let's continue. Now let's find some equations of lines. Remember, all the formulas that you need will be provided for you on the exam. Now, all we need to find the equation of a line is a slope and a point, and we have that in number 12. So we're going to start off by labeling our point. This is x in the first point and y in the first point. Now we're going to plug into our point slope form. Y minus y1 is equal to the slope times x minus x1, where x1 is 8. Remember, when you plug your point in, to use parentheses. That way, if there's a sign change, we don't lose it. Y minus a minus 1 is y plus 1. Over here, there's no sign change, so we can just go ahead and distribute. 3/4 times x is 3/4 x. And 3/4 times negative 8 is negative 6. Now, to get the answer in the proper form, all we do is move the 1 over to the other side. And we get y equals 3/4 x minus 7. Let's look at our next example. We don't have everything we need because remember, in order to find the equation of a line, we need a point. We have 2 to choose from. And we also need a slope. But because we have the 2 points, we can calculate our own slope. So we're going to start by labeling our points. X in the first point, y in the first point. X in the second point, y in the second point. Let's start off by calculating our slope. Y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Now in the top we do have a double negative, which makes it 5 plus 1, or 6. On the bottom we have negative 5 minus 5, which is negative 10. All of that reduces to a negative 3/5. So there's the slope we needed. And I'm going to use the point that already has the right labels. Now we'll use our point slope form. Y minus y1 is equal to our slope times x minus x1. We're going to clean it up. The double negative on the left will become y plus 1. On the right, no sign changes are happening, so we can go ahead and distribute. Negative 3/5 times x is negative 3/5 x. Negative 3/5 times negative 5 is plus 3. Our last step, we need to get the y all by itself, so we move the 1 over to the other side. And so our answer on this one will be negative 3/5 x plus 2. Let's look at number 14. On this one, remember, all we need to find the equation of a line is a point, and I'm going to go ahead and label it, and a slope. We don't have a slope on this one, but they do tell us that our line will be parallel to this equation. Because it's parallel to it, they will have the same slope. So I need to figure out what his slope is. Now, it is already in your slope-intercept form, so we can tell that the slope is the number immediately preceding the x, which is 6. Because that is his slope, my parallel slope will be the same. Remember, parallel slopes are exactly the same. So once we had his, we have ours. So now use the slope you just found and the point that they gave us, and we can use the point slope form. Y minus y1 equals the slope times x minus x1. We're going to clean it up. On the left, we have a double negative, so we have y plus 6. On the right, we're going to distribute the 6 through the parentheses. 6 times x is 6x, and 6 times negative 10 is negative 60. Now we're going to get the y all by itself, so we'll take the 6 over to the other side. So we're going to end up with y equals 6x minus 66. And one more. If we have a slope of undefined, remember we saw 2 special slopes. Undefined is the one that stands straight up and down. If you remember the description of the 4 different slopes, I won't go through that again in this video. You need to watch the equations of lines video to get all of that again. But if it's undefined, we know that it stands straight up and down. We also know that x's stand up. Because we know now that it has to be an x-line based on the slope, the only thing x can be according to my point is 4. Now, what if the slope had been 0? Well, if the slope had been 0, remember, 0 means that the line is lying down. Y lines are the ones that lie down. So our y line will be equal to -7. That's all it can be. All right, I'll see you in the next video.